a video on stripping the plastic from wire. So, not my usual video because I normally make food videos, but this is kind of something a little bit interesting. So, I need some wire like this. I don't want to buy it because I've got some wire knocking about the house, so I kind of thought I might as well use that. However, stripping the wire, the plastic off wire, it's a bit of a pain, if I'm honest, and it seems a lot more hard work than it needs to be. You can buy certain bits of equipment to strip off the plastic from the wire, but they're expensive. A friend said that what you can do also as well is you can heat up the plastic and then the wire which just wants to pull straight out. However, that kind of uses power. I don't kind of want to do that either. So I thought there must be an alternative. So I made my own little wire stripper tool. So it's just a block of wood with a hole drilled through it, which is the same diameter as the wire, like that. So it doesn't want to be, it has to be the right diameter for the wire because it needs to be a snug fit as it fits through. And then there's a scalpel blade which I've just jammed into the wood. It's not hard wood, it's not soft wood. It's just soft enough that I can jam in a scalpel blade, and then the scalpel blade is just in the hole, just slightly, like imagine like, can't really see. It's just in the hole, penetrating the hole just enough that as the wire goes through the hole, you draw the wire through the hole, it scores the plastic, and then you can just easily strip it off. So I'll have a demonstration, and then we'll have a go at making one on camera. Although it was kind of, I think maybe the first time I did it was a bit of a fluke. So that's the sharp edge of the blade is on this side, so that's going to push through. You can't put, it goes through that way, it can't go through that way because it'll knock the blade out. But also because of the friction of the wire and the blade, it keeps the blade in place as you press it through that way as well. So it's the blade doesn't move. So just be a little bit careful. Now the blade might just need adjusting. Now the blade needs adjusting. Can be a little bit tricky at times, but it works. We'll do the other end. That might be a little bit better. So it just needs to be slightly through, just so it's cutting through the plastic, not cutting through the metal. And it just needs to score the plastic just a little bit, just so it makes it weaker, that it pulls off easily. So pull the wire through. Helps if the wire's straight as well. Go through, and then we should be able to see where it's pulled the plastic off. We'll just have a go. It's just nicked it there. So as you can see, it's just cut the plastic enough that we can then draw the wire through the plastic, easy peasy, and it comes off in one go. There we go. Yeah, I'll quickly pause the video and I'll show you that you can't do it with a normal bit of plastic that hasn't gone through the cutter. Right, so this is a normal bit of plastic that hasn't gone through the cutter, and it's just difficult to kind of get it out of the plastic. So you kind of start it off there, and then you think to yourself, we'll just be able to pull the plastic away from the metal, easy peasy, but it don't want to do it. It's just a difficult and a faff. So you kind of think, oh yeah, we'll just be able to get the plastic and we'll be able to pull it away from the metal, but you can't. It just wants to come off in bits, and it's just a pain in the ass, if I'm honest. So this is how we made it. Just a block of wood, relatively not hardwood, not softwood, and then what we want to do is we want to push the surgical blade through the wood just enough. Got to be maybe I'll take it off there. Just got to be careful and press it through just enough, lining it up with the hole. That's gone through. Good. So you can't see that, but I can, and that's just a case of teasing the blade back just enough. You've got to have good eyes. Teasing the blade back just enough. Is that the blade, or is that a bit of wood that's sticking through? I'm having trouble judging it. I don't think that's the blade. No, it's not. That's the blade, I'm sure. Right, so we'll have a go. Yeah, we'll get that off there. That's too deep. Come out a little bit. Once you've got it, you've got it. It just takes a little bit of going. And you can feel the blade cutting through the plastic. See, it has worked, it's just the blade's just that little bit too deep in the hole. This is probably useless for most people, but you can see what it's done. It's split the plastic there. It's just a little bit too deep and the blade's got caught on the metal on the inside. So we'll start again. Hopefully I've pulled it out enough that we can just push it through. You just got to work at it just a little bit. I think that's got it. Yeah, it feels like it's got it. So, do that. Ah, yeah, that's worked. So, it even works with this type of wire that's got lots of bits of metal in the centre of it. So, it's just easier. You can buy wire. You don't have to do this. I just think it's just a nice way, cheap and effective way of getting the plastic away from wire. Certainly if you're into crafting and you want some copper wire and you've got some wire kicking about. But as you can see what it's done. It's just that I need to pick that out. Once you get into the rhythm and you get the hang of it, it's easier. But there we go. So, gather up the wire. And once you've got it set right, like the blade's at the right depth, it just pulls things out. So there you go. Pulls all that wire out. Easy peasy. So, instead of having to buy yourself a wire stripper, we'll just do that last bit again because I ran out of memory on my phone. So, I've just slightly adjusted the blade just so it's just touching the inside of the hole. So then we'll put the wire through. Oops, should have cleaned the workbench before we started. Then just pull the wire through like that, and then we'll be able to see that it's just scored the plastic just enough just to get it out. Where is it? There we go. It is easier to do it this way. It looks like a faff, and it is a faff, but certainly a lot easier than stripping it off by hand. So that's just a simple case of grouping the wire together and then pulling it through the plastic. I mean, yeah, so the plastic just needs to be weakened enough that there's like a fracture point in it, because it doesn't tear evenly. So you just need to be able to make it tear evenly. There we go. Right, so we've got enough there that we can just then pull the wire through the plastic like that. So, I think that's a cheap solution to something that could be kind of quite costly. And if you need some wire, or you're stripping it down because you recycle things, that cheap and easy, you know, with a little bit of work. You just need a different block for different grades, but that works really well, and then you can use that for whatever you want. Yeah, so I had a little bit of a project I wanted to make. I just needed some wire. I wanted to make a wire stripper, and that's what I made. Easy peasy. There we go.